Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me. Vlad, please confirm that everything is fine working, that you can hear me. Great, thank you. Amazing. My name is Alex. I'm Splynx director and one of the founders. And I would like to talk today about our new release 4.0. There are many people who are already our customers and they know us, they know me, and they know our company. And also there are new people who are just thinking about buying Splynx, starting working with us. So let me first introduce our company quickly, just in a few minutes, and then we will go directly to our new release and we'll talk about what it brings to our clients. So Splynx is a company that was founded in 2016, and we started and we work in Czech Republic. Our headquarters is in Prague. I live in Spain, in Barcelona, and we have offices in South Africa, in Kenya, and in Ukraine. Today, we have over 50 employees, mainly engineers and software developers, and also we do care about support. So that's why we have many support team members, and we are trying always to get new team members to our support team. I will share my screen and we'll start presenting. Just please confirm that my screen is, you can see it. And that's at the moment I'm showing the company structure quickly. So you see who are people in my team, what is our company structure. So I'm here, I'm Alex, responsible for support, sales, marketing, and operational team. And then my business partner, Ruslan, who is a CTO, he has this part of the team, of the company that is, we call engineering team, and there are developers. So you can see that we are a product company in software development, and I think 70% of our team members, they are working on the product itself, on improving the product, on development of the features, fixing the bugs, deploying connections to third parties. And this release 4.0 took us over a year, and we did a lot of improvements. I'll be talking about each single area that we improved, added also some new features. And I just wanted to show that these are the people who are responsible for making this release available. And as I said, it took 1 year and 2 months to make it. Now we are going to shorter releases. I hope to have 4 months up to 5 months releases, so it will be quicker and it will bring some features that people are waiting for. How we do release, or how we do add new features to Splynx, we always analyze the requests of our customers. We have a special page that is called features.splynx.com. And we read from that page the feedbacks, and we try to gather them all, and then we analyze. So if there are votes for some feature, then we implement this feature in one of the next releases. So let me switch to the keynote presentation that we prepared, and I will start sharing. Just 1 second. Yes, so this is our 4-point release. Sorry, get here. Just check that everything is visible. Yes. Just please confirm that you can see this presentation, so I'm not showing something that you don't see. Yes, thank you. So key points that we covered in the 4.0 release. Optimization. Why optimization is important? Because what we see is internet providers that use Splynx, they grow continuously, especially in the last 2 years when COVID came. So for many companies, it was a disaster, but fortunately for internet providers, it was not that bad, because many people started to asking for better internet connections and for internet. So that's why internet providers were growing quite rapidly, and our clients were growing. So, and what it brings, this growth brings a lot of new customers in the database, a lot of new tickets and new leads and documents that are loaded to Splynx. and we need to react on it. We need always to have Splynx working quickly. So that's why optimization is one of the key points in every release that we do. And this release was, we mainly focus on the optimization of the software, of the front end and back end. So that's why, for example, we moved to Vue.js, or we moved big part of software to Vue.js. So it helped to take out a load from the server to the browser on the customer side, or to the administrator side, I mean, who is working with Splynx. So this is one of the things, but we did a lot of optimizations internally, and I will be showing it. So the simplification is another step. So because we were adding during last 5 years a lot of features to Splynx, we found out that some of the steps how people work with the platform are not ideal, are not as short as they can be. So that's why we decided to hire a very professional usability manager who started to help us with this release over a year ago. And he was designing the simplification and usability changes to make system easier to use. As you see, as you know, Splynx has plenty of features, plenty of areas that it covers. It's a complex software with many, many different tools, and all these tools, they should work together quickly. And this is one of our main goals for the next release as well. And for next 2 years is make simplifications and make improvements in usability of the software. And then we added some new features that I will be also showing today, explaining them. And then we'll have some additional webinars about some of the big features that we added. So the performance optimization, as I said, the system should improve, and it should react on the quick growth of the company. So if internet provider starts with 1,000 subscribers, and then in few years, in 2 years, he grows to 5,000, 6,000 subscribers, we should react, and the system should work quickly. So that's why what we did is we took almost all the requests that are used internally in Splynx, for example, to open the CRM dashboard, to open the leads, to open customer, and we measured the time of each single reaction. So then we found around 100 of the worst reactions of the platform, and we started to optimize each single query, each single part of the system. So here you can see that, for example, when people open the CRM dashboard, it took in the previous version 10 seconds, and now we improve it to 0.2 seconds. These are very big improvements, I mean, in numbers, and I'm showing only the biggest issues that we had in the previous version, but I can tell you that in many parts we improved like 2 times, 3 times the load time, and this is really something what people notice, especially in the large deployments. And that's why when we migrated one of our biggest customers, Wireless Nation, from New Zealand, they are not biggest in amount of customers in the database, but they do use Splynx in every single area, and they have plenty of new or plenty of custom projects and plenty of custom modules that we developed for them. So that's why this server is also always showing us the performance of the platform. So when their feedback was immediately after upgrade, it looks good, and the first thing they say it's fast. So, and that means that the performance was really improved. And then together with performance, as I said, we are trying to simplify usability. Some steps that we did were, so when we hired Andrew, our clients already know him because he sends requests to people to make one-to-one calls. He also does surveys, so he sends questions, and people and our customers, they send us feedback what they are happy with and what they are not happy with. So he was gathering feedback for a few months, and then he started to design the changes for 4.0. And the same approach we are doing now with the 4.1 release. So Andrew is part of our product team. He is one of the main decision makers of how Splynx will look in the future. And so he is a responsible guy actually for this 4.0 changes and all this usability improvements. What we did, we redesigned the interface, And you will see the difference when I'll be showing it compared to 3.1. We changed a bit the menu structure because we were analyzing that, for example, tariff plans that are used mainly once during the first configuration, they were above everything. So, and then we decided why to have it above everything, so we can just put it down. And then a config page was very difficult to navigate, so we updated and changed the configuration page, added some shortcuts, like a quick add feature immediately from the first page of Splynx, and then added some site customizations. This is a very nice feature when people want to have Splynx customized a bit with their own widgets or own logos or own colors. These are the examples. Also, we did an initial setup. This is especially important for new customers who don't know how to configure Splynx. So we did the simplification of onboarding process. So when people start working with Splynx after first installation, they get messages that help them to configure the platform from the scratch, from the first day. This is an example. Then we have a product guide also that shows for customers who are just starting with Splynx. And when you upgrade, if you are already Splynx users, when you upgrade to a new version, you will see that product tour as well. You can skip it or you can go through it. It will show you what was changed and how to work with the new usability or with the new elements in the platform. Then we have plenty of video tutorials that we did before, and now we also added links to these tutorials to our deployment guide, so their deployment button. This is all for new clients who are just using for Splynx or who migrated to 4.0 and would like to know what was changed and how to work with this new release. And the site customization, as I said, this is a nice feature for some advanced users who want to change CSS or styles. So this is an example. One of our clients, they just put some weather dashboard on their main Splynx screen without us helping them. So if you have the developers who can change the things and who can play a bit with this design, so feel free to use this site customization option. But these are, let's say, usability and minor changes that you will see and you will feel how they work when you start using Splynx. What I wanted to show now is we also simplified and changed the billing flow. Before we had different tabs for payments, different tabs for invoices. We had lack of credit notes. We had no option to add partial payment and overpayments. We had no option to add some future item that will be invoiced in the next invoice cycle. And in some payment gateways didn't allow us to, or we didn't have option to use like a credit balance charge. These all things were added as a simplifying billing flow. And I would like to show you quickly now how it looks. If we go to Splynx, so we can close that. And this is our Splynx platform that we use for our own company and Splynx. And let's choose one customer just to see what was changed. So in the billing, as you can see now, we have one tab that is called financial documents. And under this financial documents, we store all information about invoicing and payments. Before we had many different tabs and people were complaining that they need to switch between tabs and it was not convenient. So that was one of the things that we changed. It allows us still to find and to sort only invoices, for example. So if I don't need to get to see payments or credit notes in the same table, so I can just filter based on these values on this filter. And what was changed and what we added is, as I said before, we have option to add partial payments that we didn't have before, because we introduced the new entity that is called due. So now when I do the payment, I can pay the whole amount of invoice, or I can just pay, for example, 500 here. And this is the change. So it means that we still track that invoice was unpaid or that was not fully paid. And we have this due value that shows us amount to pay from a customer. So then customer can pay it in 2 or 3 parts if needed. And I mean, all this linking of invoices with partial payments, overpayments is much more intelligent now than it was before. And we had many complaints from people that before it was not ideal. So I hope that this improvement really helped. One more thing that we added and that I mentioned is a credit note. So the credit note, I can remove, for example, these two payments now. And if we say that this invoice we don't need anymore, but we cannot remove it because it was already synced to accounting or it was already sent to our accountant, we can create a credit note for it. So if I do credit note shows me all the invoices of clients, and the last one that was not paid, I can link and create a credit note for it. So that's what I do. I click button link and I save, and what is done is that credit note is created. As you can see, also account balance of customer was changed to 0, and the credit note, if I open PDF, so it's similar to invoice, but it's a credit note also showing the invoice number that it was applied to. So that's a credit note concept. All the credit notes are also synchronized to Xero, accounting, and Sage 1 and QuickBooks. So they are entities, they match to same entities in accounting platforms. What we did else also, this is nice feature, is showing next block. If customer has invoice unpaid, it will show me when he will be blocked next time. So if it will be next month, or if it will be like this month, 14th, so it will show me this information right here without any other needs to switch between tabs. What was also added here is on the services, we can see invoice till. So it means that it shows me the billing cycle, when it, or what is the date until customer was invoiced and charged. So it was not in the previous version. Now we have this option in 3.1 or in 4.0. And what I would like to show next is, already we are starting to touch, let's say, new features, because these are the improvements. As I said, if you were using 3.1 and you will switch to 4.0, you will immediately see this usability changes, the fonts, the difference in sizes of elements and the menu. But if you are not using 3.1 and you switch to 4.0, so there's nothing probably to discuss about improvements, just use the platform as it is. And let's continue to the next part of my presentation, and that's new features. So new features, the first feature that I would like to show and discuss is improvement of communication tab. So in the communication tab, we have added different type of information related to customer communication. First of all, we work with tickets a lot, and our customers, they work with tickets. So we have all tickets here in the communication tab. Of course, they are also under ticket part. So if we go to tickets and we can search this ticket by ID, we see that there is a ticket there. If I click here, it shows me the same information under customer communication. So that's like we are putting all communication of customer to one place. Also, if we send emails, like a system email about invoice, notification, payments, we can see this all information under communication tab. And if we have any comments that our salespeople added or any engineers, also we have it here. And the last thing that I wanted to show, and that's a new feature, is called call. So the call is a voice over IP connection to 3CX platform. Why 3CX platform? So 3CX is a voice over IP platform that is used a lot. And so we were gathering information from our clients who are using 3CX and other platforms. And you can see that 3CX is used by 43% of our customers. So that's why we decided to integrate 3CX as the first platform. Then we'll probably go to 3PBX or other platforms. But for now, we have 3CX, and we would like you to start using it, start connecting it to your Splynx. The connection is quite straightforward. There's just the API keys. You need to enter URL in configuration of Splynx or install add-on, and then your calls, incoming and outgoing calls from your voice over IP will start appearing in Splynx. So this is an example. For example, I was testing a call and it was one unanswered call. But here also I can show you that there is a communication with plenty of other calls that we were doing. And this is an example of outgoing call to phone number. If I click on that, I can listen because it allows me to grab from 3CX the voice message or the voice communication. And also what I like and what we use a lot is we link call to existing ticket. So if customer logged the ticket, then he called us and we need to log this ticket or to link it to some incident, then we go to, so this customer doesn't have any ticket, but here, for example, I did it already. There you can see that I linked it to the ticket. And if I go to my tickets, there is a communication between customer and me. And then below everything, like a note, there is a link code that shows me information when it was done. And also it will show me the option to go to this call and listen it. So that's, I think it's a very nice feature that will help to have control on the communication with your customers. And as I said, so we grab or we store information about outgoing and ingoing calls. So mainly for outgoing calls is for like sales purposes, and incoming calls for support people. Usually it's the call to the office when something is not working. So that's 3CX integration. And let me switch to the next topic. Yeah, this is an example also I have on my presentation showing that you can install 3CX. I think this is the add-on for Firefox. So on Firefox, you can install this 3CX and have it on your computer. So this is an example of how we work. So we have a Firefox extension, call the number, or if there is an incoming call, take the call, and then it's immediately stored. I think with some small delay, but it is stored under communication of a customer that we can link to the ticket. I think the next, if I will check if we have some questions, that's because I'm showing it quite quickly, everything. And I would like then to switch to the next topic, that is Hotspot. Will be a bit bigger topic, and I have also one person who will be showing us and explaining the payment solution for this for the Hotspot module. So he'll be also presenting. So I will just quickly check if we have any questions here regarding what I shown before. Yeah, I see there are several questions about multiple currencies for different customers. We don't have yet multiple currencies. We were analyzing this request and it didn't have that much support yet from the community. Usually, let's say 99%, maybe 98% of our clients, they have one single currency in the country where they operate. There are some companies, for example, here where I live in Spain, when they provide they need, but they use euro, so they don't have multiple currencies. So they have multiple companies in different countries, but not currencies. So multiple currencies are not yet integrated, and it doesn't have the support of the community of Splynx users. Yeah, there was another question regarding some integration with accounting platforms. I see that QuickBooks Enterprise. We do not support QuickBooks Enterprise because I think they don't have API correctly that works for cloud platforms. So we do synchronize with Zero Accounting. We do work with Sage One in South Africa only, and in QuickBooks Online. So QuickBooks Online has API connectors that allow us to push and pull data from it. There's another question about 3CX. Does the integration needs to be installed as a browser extension, or it will work if we have 3CX installed in our computers or cell phones? it doesn't need to be installed as a browser extension. So 3.6 integration with Splynx is an add-on inside Splynx. So you can use your 3.6 as you are using now. You don't need to add anything additionally. And we connect to your 3.6 through API, and we grab all the calls. So we synchronize some phone numbers and we grab the calls. We know that, or 3.6 is pushing us actually the data. So 3.6 pushes us the CDRs with calls, and we grab them and store in Splynx. So there is nothing needed to be installed on the browser, on like an extension or something, no. And so let's go now to, I will check when I will be answering the questions, I'll check all other questions. I just see that there are no questions like that I can answer right now quickly. Let's go to the Hotspot. So Hotspot module we developed together with our customer. The first customer of Hotspot is Project Isizwe in South Africa. It's a non-profit wireless network with over, I think, around 500 access points in different parts of South Africa. And VulaCoin is our partner company that provides option to receive payments in Hotspot in a very simple, easy way. And also this platform allows us, or allows internet provider to distribute his service, to work with resellers and to receive cash payments in a smart way. I will show now a bit of how Hotspot works in Splynx, and then I will ask Cornelius to join and to explain how VulaCoin works and how you as internet providers can benefit from cooperation with their company. So this is a short video I would like to show is splash page that we did. So the splash page is part of Splynx. So it is installed on the Splynx server. You don't need to install or push anything to your wireless infrastructure. So usually it's done through redirects. We work and we tested Cambiums. This network is running on Cambiums, and we also tested very well MikroTiks. So MikroTiks and Cambiums work quite well. So this is a short presentation of how on the phone it looks. So customer selects the Wi-Fi network. If his phone number doesn't exist in the database, he needs to enter the phone number. So all identification is based on the phone numbers. So it's not email, it's not login or anything like that. So it's we try to simplify it as much as possible, and the phone number is a unique way how to identify the client. So if customer doesn't have phone number in our database, we ask him to show us or to log in and enter his phone number and receive the one-time SMS code. If he has a phone number, then he goes directly to the buy section where he can select the packages, paid or free packages, depends on settings of Splynx. So this is the phone number he entered. Now he got SMS. Well, this is his SMS, and he's entering one-time code. After entering one-time code, he'll be sent to the page that is used for selling him the plan. And here you can see that this company or this access point, this area doesn't have any free plans, I think. So that's why they provide 7-day, 30-day bundles, 7 days for 25 rand, 30-day bundle for 100 rand. And then when customer clicks to select, there is the 1 free day bundle. Yeah, for 5 rand, but this is paid by like inside of the payment gateway, but with a promotion package. So when he clicks, customer clicks, he's redirected to VulaCoin.com, as you can see here. And if internet provider provides any kind of free bundle, so he can use it, or if there is no option for free bundle for any promotions, then customer pays using VulaCoin if he has VulaCoin on his balance, or he pays with a bank, he pays with one for you voucher, he can pay using credit card. So there are many different options how to make a payment for end user. when he made the payments, so he's redirected to a successful payment page, or he's redirected to some ad page, like here. So here is a kind of ad page, and then he's connected to Wi-Fi, and no more pages are shown to him until he reaches his limit of usage. The limit of usage can be a day, a week, or several days, or it can be based on the data. In Splynx, how we did it in Splynx, let me quickly show you this. So this is the eSysV server that is currently running, and we can see if we go to customers. In customers, we have list of customers. When customer creates an account, he's created under customers in Splynx once. And then if I go to customer profile, if he buys some access, like this client, we can see that he bought many times access to internet. We can see we have created a new entity that is called vouchers or hotspot, and under this vouchers he has his short time access with the statistics and sessions and traffic, and when it was activated and how many times he was online. All this information is stored under his services. Also, we have these vouchers in a separate page, so I can go to vouchers list, and then under all vouchers, I see all my vouchers. Under online vouchers, I can see all online hotspot customers that are connected. So we split it so they are not under online clients, because we wanted to have it separately. So that's why we put online hotspot users under separate tab, under separate table. And here, if we scroll down, we see that there are 600 online users in eSysV network at the moment. And as you remember, when I was showing the video, we were showing the plan that customer can buy. These plans we configure under tariff plans. So if I go to tariff plans and one time, here are the bundles that we are displaying. So the bundle 1 day, 7 day, 30 day, and there are some free packages. What we did in this release already is that we allow also to work with a different splash page per different reseller, distributor, or location. So for example, if in eSysV network, what we have is that if I go to partners, we can see that they have over 30 different, 32 different locations, 32, some of them are partnering organizations that do provide internet to their employees or to their area. And so it's based on the SSID, we can show a different splash page or different design of the splash page. So that's why in certain cases here, we display the default logo or eSysV logo, YCAN logo, but in other locations, they have a logo and design of the splash page for of their partner. So this is how we can split it. And also tariff plans can be split. So in one area or in one partner settings, we can say that this customers connected from these SSIDs will have paid 1 day and 30 day access, and people connected from other locations with other SSIDs will get different options, like a 1 week, for example, or 300 meg plan, whatever. So this we can combine and we can configure per partner in Splynx, and that brings us a bit of flexibility how to configure this hotspot platform. Of course, we'll be adding more features to the platform because now we have just released the first version, and eSysV is our first client that helped us a lot to understand how to make it correctly and how to deploy it in a large network, as I said, with 500 access points. And I think everyone, every company, ISP that has own infrastructure can benefit from a hotspot. And now with Splynx, you don't need any additional software for that. As I said, we will be improving this platform because there are some, of course, additional features that can be added, like showing ads, showing videos, whatever, showing forwarding customer to some special pages, whatever. So this all will be gathering feedbacks from you, from our clients, and then we'll be improving the process. So now I would like to ask Cornelius to join us and to explain a bit how VulaCoin works and how VulaCoin can help to internet providers. so I will stop sharing, to receive payments and to work with their hotspot networks.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, hi, I'm Cornelius. I'm the CEO of VulaCoin, and we've been partnering with Splynx over the last few months to offer a joint product offering to the market for their hotspot customers, and especially where we come to the party is the payment operator. But the one functionality that we also offer from our side is the ability for ISPs to get resellers on the ground to resell their internet, which is very important for hotspot businesses. I want to share my screen now. Alex kind of showed some of the VulaCoin stuff when he went through the project. He sees well weekend workflow, but I'm just going to go through it a little bit slower. So I'm just going to share my screen. So from VulaCoin, we offer a payment aggregation service. Think of it as some customers in Africa might know PayFast or Netcash, where we aggregate a bunch of different payment operators. So once the user has clicked on a bundle on Splynx side, they redirect to a payment screen that looks like this. So we just have the bundle name at the top. We also have pull through the cell phone number from Splynx to attach that cell phone number to a wallet, and we then show them different payment options. So currently in VulaCoin, we offer the following payment options. We offer instant EFT through Pay with Bank. We also offer credit card services. I don't have it on the screenshot. And we also offer one for you flash voucher payments. We are busy integrating with Flutterwave and DPO to offer mobile money services in the rest of Africa as well. So once the users landed on the screen, they can choose how to pay. The second thing we also offer is the ability to run campaigns. So from the admin dashboard, you can set up campaigns. You go to promotions and you can create a promotion. So currently I've got this promotion set up as a survey promotion. So that when the user is landing on the screen, they can choose to pay with different methods. And one of the methods could be completing a survey. So when the user clicks on survey demo, they're presented with questions. You can answer yes or no, next, free text. And once the user's completed the survey, payment is processed, and we direct them back to Splynx to connect to the internet. What we also offer is a branded wallet experience for ISPs. So this is one of our ISPs we work with. How this would work is any of your users can we can customize the domain to fit your ISP domain. So users greet to the screen, they enter the cell phone number. Next. They then just need to fill in an OTP. And then they're in. This is then their own wallet. So the end user from here can add money to their wallet. So they can click top up. And they can choose how much they want to top up for. Then we also offer them the different mechanism of topping up. Once they've topped up, the VulaCoin sits in their wallet. And then from here, once they connect to the hotspot, they can either use this balance to pay for that internet bundle, but they can also send it to another cell phone number if they want to. So they can send VulaCoin to another cell phone number, or they could sell predefined bundles. So the bundles that they've set up on Splynx's side pull through, and you get a 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and there's built-in margin for the reseller. So when he sells that at the recommended retail price, they get some income through that. And what this opens up on your network is basically the ability for anyone on your network to become an internet reseller on your network. And what we've seen, this is greatly increases the revenue on hotspots. From this mobile wallet, the user can also find available hotspots based on their current location. So all the hotspots will be listed here. Looking at your current location, you can also search for a specific hotspot. If they click on it, it opens up Google Maps and redirects them to their closest hotspot. From the admin portal, this is what the admin portal would look like. From here, like I just made that one purchase, you can see the transactions over the last 24 hours. You can see your clients, top clients over the last 24 hours over here. And you can see a quick snapshot of what your purchases look like for that day. Down here, you can also find your users. So from here, you can see all their transactions, especially also their send transactions. So from here, you can find who are your resellers on your network actually sending VulaCoin to other users so that they can connect. You can keep track of your purchases. What we also do is on the hotspot functionality, we actually, on that transaction, we just take a snapshot of internet speeds. So you can see what the ping was like, what the download speed was like during that transaction. It helps for just some fault finding, or when a customer logs a ticket, you can just get a snapshot of what the user experience was like when they made the purchase. We also allow you to refund once the user is paid in. For whatever reason you might want to refund that customer, you can just click refund, and then that VulaCoin will be sent back to the wallet to either be sold or sent to somebody else or used for a future purchase. Like I mentioned, we've got this promotion running in the weekend video that Alex shared. It actually showed an image, but what we allow you to do is you can set it up in a few different ways. There's a lot of ways to customize this campaign, and we'll be able to utilize this campaign. And then at the bottom, you can basically choose what action do you want. You want an image, you want a video survey, or you want to integrate with the Active Directory. And this will allow people to use single sign-on to pay for their internet bundle. So a lot of different functionality in here that we can always set up in a future call if anybody's interested to go through how you can set up campaigns and utilize it. How this works is every transaction is converted into VulaCoin and paid into your wallet. On each transaction, we calculate what the transaction fee was, and we give you a blended transaction fee rate on all your transactions that have come in. When you're ready, you can either set up a payout schedule to pay out daily, weekly, or monthly, or you can manually cash out when you're ready to cash out, and this will then be paid out to your bank account. From this VulaCoin, you can also either, instead of cashing out, you can also transfer it into a promotion, or you can also send it to a specific cell phone number if you wish to do so. And then we just have a bunch of different settings where you set up your hotspots, you'll define your products, user management, invoices, and reporting, all sitting inside your settings. From our side, there's no monthly fee or setup fee. We just take a transaction fee. So on every transaction, we take a 3% fee on that transaction. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, if there's any questions, we can always set up a further call to discuss everything else.
Yeah,
thanks for allowing me to demonstrate this, Alex.
Thank you, Cornelius, so much. I just would like to say that here there is an email. I'm sending it to chat, and also I'll share my screen now where it will be shown. So if you would like to have an account with VulaCoin, you would like to test it, to try how it is working, there is a sign up at VulaCoin.com, or you can write to us to support@splynx.com, and we'll forward this email to Cornelius and to his team. So they can provide a demo, and we can talk more about Hotspot. So if Hotspot is something that you are going to use in the near future, just contact my support team, and we will schedule some calls where we'll show how to configure it. We can test some first setups and onboard you with the Hotspot. But we try to make it as simple as possible, and there are documentation for how to configure CM Maestro, how to configure Kingdom routers, how to configure MikroTik. So all this will be shared also, and we will have in 2 weeks a separate Hotspot webinar where I would like also to show more like a technical details of this connection. So people who will need a Hotspot will have another webinar about that. And we can continue to the next feature that we have, and that will be probably the last feature for today. I don't want to take more than 1 hour of your time, and then we still have plenty of questions to answer. And another feature is integration with a platform called Whalebone. And why we did this integration is because we wanted to bring some security to the networks of internet providers. At the moment, when I was running internet provider, when I was leading the technical team, we had challenges with the security sometimes, especially when some DDoSing machine became part of our network, or when we got some malware that blacklisted our IPs. So when we had to clean up somehow this traffic, we had to connect some firewalls to the network, but these firewalls were expensive. So we had no actual solution to mitigate these problems inside of the network of ISP. And Whalebone is a Czech company in Czech Republic, also like Splynx. And I met their founders a few years ago, and they asked if we can integrate our platform with there. And during these years, they became very serious platform, connected several large mobile networks and mobile operators in Europe. And they started to actively connect or provide their solution to medium and small size internet providers. So what is this Whalebone? It's an on-premise DNS resolver that is installed to network of internet provider, and it allows to mitigate the threats like malware, viruses, DDoS, and then also it brings the option to content filtering. So it provides internet provider to option to sell this content filtering package to customers, or just to enable it for internal usage. So here is an example of, so let me make it a bit larger. This is an example of basic setup of internet provider, very simplified. When we have CPE devices connected to fiber, wireless network, whatever, then it goes to some network access server, some concentrator that is PPPoE or IPoE. And usually what I saw from the setups is that internet providers, they work in a transparent mode for DNS queries. So they set up Google or Cloudflare or any other public DNS for their customers, or they set it up on their router. So customers are asking for DNS resolve to the routers and to the PPPoE concentrators, and then this concentrator asks for public resolvers, and then it responds to end users. So this is a transparent way, so how the DNS works in many networks. And the difference when Whalebone brings their local caching DNS server is that instead of talking to Google or talking to Cloudflare, these routers, they talk to local DNS resolver. They get very quickly answer, and all the questions this resolver, all the queries and answers are also sent to security cloud, where they are analyzed. And in case of like connecting to some bad IP addresses, blacklisted IP addresses, or parts of the DDoS network, so these requests are blocked by DNS caching server, but they are blocked by the cloud. So the cloud has all this mitigation strategies, all the blacklists, and they have built all this intelligence in cloud. So where Whalebone analyzes what traffic is good and what IPs are good and what IPs or DNS names are bad. Why this works is usually because all the viruses and malware still they connect using DNS. So they, if we have malware or something on our CP or on our home network, still all the connections are mainly done to some DNS names. So that's why DNS communication is essential to mitigate and to grab this bad communication. And as I said, this is very nice way how to analyze the traffic without putting some high performance firewalls to the network. And yeah, let me show you a short example of how it works in terms of integration with our platform. We have here, we have created under Splynx, under networking, we have a DNS threads option where we store all the queries of customers when Whalebone is installed to the customer network or to the ISP network. We can select a time frame, and for example, this, we're running some tests. Okay, let me refresh because this is a developer machine and our testing network. And I hope he didn't turn it off. Yes, so that should work. Networking, DNS threads. Well, probably there is some issue between his connection. Okay. Yeah, this usually happens when the server cannot connect to the Whalebone instance because of some reason, but this server is installed on our local developer machine. Just give me a second, I'll try another one. So we have another server that also runs, and I can use this. So this is another server, and here this is DNS security. Each customer has a new tab that is called DNS security, and it shows us issues that each single customer had during a certain period of time, and also the action that DNS server did. In this case, it was blocking of traffic, and it was malware traffic. As I said, as I was showing in the previous screen, under networking, we have the same thing in DNS trace, but it shows us the whole network with including all customers. Okay, so this is the view, let's say, per completely in the whole network. It's a kind of dashboard, so you don't need to log into Whalebone because you see all here in Splynx, and all IP addresses are connected. So this is the IP address of customer, and it is connected to customer. So it's linked to customer. So if I go to my customer view, here's exactly what I shown before. I see the same information on the customer where I can select his issues, and then in the network, in his home network for a certain period, and then I see the actions that were done. Of course, Whalebone has their own cloud access, where if I log in there, I can define my content filtering, I can analyze DNS traffic, and I see completely like a DNS behavior inside of my network. So this brings visibility of what is happening inside of ISP network in general. And together with Splynx, when we connect these two platforms, it brings us quick identification who is giving us the issues. Because if I connect, or if I start using Whalebone, it just shows me some IP addresses that were blocked. But with a connection to Splynx, I can immediately see who the customer is, and I can simply display it here under his security section in Splynx platform. So that's this is the first release, first version of the integration. We will see how people will be reacting on this integration, and what will be the feedback, and then we'll be improving it and moving it forward. So regarding all these new features, I think that's all from my side. So it took almost 1 hour to explain. Thank you for your time. And now I will go through the questions and answers, and through the questions from chat, and I will try to answer them one by one. Yes, there were 2 questions about pricing. Regarding DNS pricing for Whalebone, I think I will ask my sales department now just to give me the numbers, but I think it's quite affordable. It's not that expensive. And you can order it from us, or you can order it directly from Whalebone. It doesn't matter. I think the price will be same. Yeah, it is. Yes, so here I'm just 00. I will write it to chat. So if you can see on chat, $8 per user for license up to 10,000 users. So for example, if you have a network with 1,000 users, you will pay $80. So and that's how it is calculated. This is without content filtering. With content filter we can see the chat. Okay, sorry, that's only, let me spread it to everyone. Yes, panelists and attendees, sorry. Yes, now I wrote it there. Yeah, I think the price to 15,000 users will, the amount will be decreased per user, but we need to please write to my support@splynx.com, and we will connect you with Whalebone, and we will discuss the pricing scheme, because this is the basic entry level. Usually for like 90% of our clients, they have below 10,000 subscribers. This is monthly payment. Yes, monthly payment. Less than 1,000 users, I think they do not have. So they have 1,000 users is entry level. Yes. And regarding the pricing of Hotspot, the pricing of Hotspot is exactly the same as pricing of Splynx, but instead of counting active customers that pay us like on a monthly basis, we count online users. So for example, if you buy a license for 200 subscribers in Splynx, it allows you to have 200 recurring subscribers, or it allows you to have 200 online vouchers for Hotspot. So this is for your understanding. For example, in a CSV network, we have 16,000 clients that requested access to the network, but only 600 are online, and they pay us for 600 customers, for 600 online users. So this is the how we count customers in Hotspot. And also you can combine, so you can have 1,000 license and 500 will be customers actively using like Splynx in the recurring mode, and then you can leave 500 for online for Hotspot. So this, they're just counted all together. Okay, regarding all the questions, let me go through questions and answers first. Yeah, there is we use Netcash for debit orders. We found that some of the clients' debit orders were unsuccessful, but amounts has been allocated and not removed in Splynx. These clients have zero balance. How do we prevent this? I think regarding these issues, you need to address it to support, and if support is not able to answer using tickets, we need to make a call with Chris or with Sergey, the two guys who do the pre-sales and who speak with clients over phones or over Zoom meetings. So this is Jenny is asking this question. So if this is a particular case when something is not working. So when something is not working, our process always is we try to assign ticket to one of the engineers. Engineer is trying to resolve it. If he is not able to resolve it, or you are not happy with how it was resolved, what is the next step is the escalation to the person who can make a call and who can see, especially like for this accounting and payment things, we usually make a call to understand what's happening, why it is happening, and then this person leads this issue, leads this ticket, let's say, and he tries to resolve it using help of other team. And yes, in worst case, if even this doesn't help, so then you can escalate it to me, and then we do analyze the behavior or the issue itself. We do analyze every Tuesday. We have a product meeting. So it's me, Chris, and the CTO and the usability manager. We sit all together and we have some escalated issues that we need to discuss. So that's in case of, this is just our logic, how we try to resolve the things that are happening, some issues. Yeah, there is a question about blocking. If blocking is based on the due date and billing config, we have changed it. So we have, so if I go to Splynx about blocking, it's a good question to not confuse people. if you can see my screen now. Let me check if I'm sharing it. Share screen. So now I'm sharing the screen. So we did split a bit the dates. So before we had a kind of payment due that was also a blocking date. So what we did is that we changed this blocking and we have created a new date that is called blocking period. So it means that you can have a blocking payment due. It means, for example, in this case, first of month we do issue the invoice, and then 21 days we are waiting for getting payment. And then we have added this a new date that we can say it's the same as the payment due date, or it will be a new, like additional few days additionally to block the customer. Okay, and this next block is exactly showing us when customer will be blocked. So this we redesigned especially for to prevent this confusion, because we have many customers complaining that saying, okay, what we show on the invoice doesn't have to correspond to the real blocking. So that's the thing that we did. Yeah, there is another nice question. How do we filter payments for inventory? We sell routers and other devices to clients and would love to see this clearly from internet service payments. Good question. There is no way to filter it at the moment, but I think please Calvin, who asked us about this question, please submit this to our support, and we will add it to questions to the product team. It's very nice. We have options now to see different types of invoices, but probably not different types of payments, because at the moment payments we can split only based on the method of payments. So if it came through credit card or through bank transfer, so we can split and we can see them. But if it goes for inventory or if it goes for one time, so there is no possible way to see the payments. Is it possible to get the total data usage used by all customers and reports and not upload and download as it is currently? Yes, I think yes. In this certain report, we can see that, we can get it. Will the 3CX integration include a link to auto CDR processing in the future? Auto CDR processing is a different part of the platform, so it's not related to 3CX integration. And if you need, if you need to connect 3CX to get to grab CDRs, so that's we need to do separately. So we need to if 3CX allows us to connect to FTP, so this is what we can do. If it doesn't, maybe we need to integrate some API connector. But at the moment, this 3CX that we integrated is just for grabbing the calls and grabbing the calls of the company, internal calls for support and sales purposes, not for counting for CDR processing for counting the voice over IP usage. Does the 3CX integration record inbound calls, customer calls in, and keeps track of that only if they call from numbers that are loaded? Yes, it does. I think at the moment it does only for numbers that we load to the platform, to Splynx. So when we load numbers to Splynx, then it does store the information or appear on the customer profile. Another question, Nigel is asking, if a call for 3CX comes and is answered by one person and then transferred to an agent, does the 3CX integration track, or it just adds the first point of contact. We need to test it. So we haven't tested this this way of transferring calls. So we need to test it and see how that will work. So I will go quickly to chat. I see that Vlad is also answering on question and answers. Thank you, Vlad. And Chris, if you can also assist me to answer. So we will not leave any questions unanswered, please. Now, regarding recording, of course, we are recording this webinar and we will share it with you. Yeah, there are plenty of questions because we have almost 200 people here on the webinar. Yeah, there's a question how we can run promotions to our clients via Splynx. I think so. Via Hotspot will allow this option to do so. At the moment, the VulaCoin already has this feature to run some promotions, and we will be also adding this to the Hotspot next releases. And will splash page display on every login, regardless if customers is loading secure page or Mac? The splash page is displayed only for customers that are not authenticated. If customer already bought a plan and he paid for it, for example, for a week, so for a week he will not see the splash page because there is Splynx has two parts. The first one is a splash page and the second part is a radius authentication. So when the splash page authentication is done and when customer buys the plan, what we do is that we store customer's MAC address, and then when customer connects next time to the hotspot access point, he's authenticated by MAC address and he navigates without seeing splash page at all. This is the same concept like Express Wi-Fi from Facebook had in the past, but they closed the project. And so that was one of the reasons why we started to work with Isuzu as well. Can you pay for a hotspot using our existing payment gateway in Splynx? At the moment, we have added Sage Pay as an additional payment option. So you will be able to use Sage Pay, Netcash it's called. Yes, sorry, it's Netcash. Netcash, you'll be able to use it as a payment option as well. And if there are, as I know, we can also add additional payment gateways. We'll be gathering feedbacks. So if you please, if you are interested in Hotspot and your country is not, we haven't mentioned, or you need your existing payment gateway to be used, please write us to support or write it to me, to Vlad. So just contact us and ask us about that, and then we'll analyze, because we'll be gathering now feedbacks on the hotspots. Yeah, another 3.6 question. Will inbound calls from clients for support also integrate to the communications tab? Yes, all inbound and outbound calls are integrated, are connected to this communication tab. Everything goes there. Nigel is asking, how does Whalebone handle DNS over HTTPS? I think, Nigel, that's a good question for Whalebone guys. So if you are interested in this technology and trying to use it, just write to one of our sales people or to our support, and we will schedule a call with you and with the Whalebone representative or with the Whalebone engineer, and he can in depth explain how the platform works and what are all the technical aspects of using it. There is a good question. Is it possible to know for Hotspot? Is it possible to link existing customer to the Hotspot? At the moment, it's not possible. At the moment, we did this basics Hotspot feature when a person needs to get his account under Hotspot, and so this account will be used for Hotspot. And if he has like a long-term connection, at the moment we need to split it, but we'll be thinking about how to merge it somehow, how to connect it. So at least I think like if you create a customer from Hotspot, and then you can add internet services to this that will be used on a recurring basis. But yeah, I mean, existing, we need to check how to make it correctly working. Please answer CNMeister and Splynx integration. We'll have a documentation for that. We are currently busy with making this description of CNMeister and Splynx, how to connect it together. So in the next week, we would like to have it. I want to have it done. Do we have to pay a monthly fee for this? I don't know for what. For what? As I answered, for Whalebone, there is a monthly fee, $8 per one active subscriber, like $80 monthly for 1,000 subscribers. This is their price. And for hotspots, as I said, it's active online vouchers, online hotspot users. Okay. Does Splynx have an in-depth developer documents for instance accessing database for plugins? Unfortunately, it doesn't have. What we have is we have an API description for REST API, but for developers, we have some guides, internal guides that we can share. So if David Walker is asking, David, if you are a developer or if you have a developer, we can assist with creating the new plugin, so that we can give some examples. So it's not publicly available, but it's always available on the request. So if you request it, we can send you the documentation and some PHP classes that will show how to create a new add-on or new plugin, and so what is the right way to make it. Then we can even put it to the repository, or it will be just added on your server. Yes, Mohammed is asking to make a short session regarding hotspots, Zoom session, no problem. So we will be, as I said, the hotspot now is, we are finishing it. We already launched it in the CSW network, and we will be deploying it in the next weeks to customer networks. And I'm pretty sure that we will be sending some links to make a call with our support engineers to configure it together. So we'll be assisting with that in the next weeks. Yeah, Stephen Fisher is saying that Splynx doesn't have information about how plugin can access database to create tables and store information. I think that's what I said is my developers can share this information with you, so they can. I'm not sure about if they exactly describe how the database works and what tables are used, but I'm pretty sure, because we have several projects with the partners when they wrote their own models and add-ons, and they did it fine. So my CTO, he has a list of examples that he always provided to the people who want to develop, and they were able to create these add-ons, additional add-ons. So not sure if we really need to give this information about how to access the database. As I understand, everything is done through API, and there is usually no direct connections to database to that. And the payment plugins, they are more or less all the same, so they look the same. There is some logic for creating a payment plugin, and this logic is applied for all payment plugins. Yeah, we have so many questions now, so I think that the best way will be we will gather all these questions. So I'm asking Vlad, who is organizing this meeting, to gather all these questions, and we will send the follow-up after the webinar with all the questions answered. So we will just check what was not answered now, because I see that some of the questions are quite technical, that I need my CTO to be connected and to help us to answer them. So we will gather these questions that were not answered during the webinar, and we'll send them to all participants as an additional email with our answers. So I think that will be ideal, because there are some questions that I cannot answer, and will just cannot answer myself. Like, for example, is there any specific hook that run to process recurring billings? I think yes, but what exactly? As I'm not developer, I cannot answer this question. I know that we have plenty of hooks, and these hooks can we use them a lot for different scenarios, especially for customer development. Mm-hmm. So I think, yeah, another question Thierry is asking, any way to manage reverse DNS delegation in Splynx? Unfortunately not. I have asked Whalebone if they can add it. They say it's not their priority because they are focusing on another DNS, on this caching DNS server. So reverse DNS, Whalebone doesn't support yet. But I also said it will be nice to have it, because if you have one DNS server, why not to also allow reverse DNS that is used a lot? So I think we will be finishing this webinar, and as I said, we'll analyze all these questions that you submitted. Thank you for your feedback and for that amount of questions, and we will be writing the response, and we'll just send you these answers on email during the next week. And I would like to thank everyone for joining this webinar. So it was almost 200 people today. And stay connected. Thank you. And we'll have another webinar, I think, about technical hotspot configuration and how it is deployed, integrated. And then we can probably make another meeting and technical webinar with Whalebone, where we invite these guys and they will do a special presentation about their technology, and they can answer all these technical questions. Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you for participating, and have a good day and have a good weekend. Bye.